Greetings, great people. This is D. Antoinette coming to you with a new vlog video. And today I will be talking about lessons I've learned from stalking my ex. I'm not proud to admit it, but I did it. But I also learned some things through it, so let's get to it, shall we? Number one, I looked crazy to myself. Because, granted, my stalking was social media stalking, okay? Jot that down. So no one else saw it. But I knew it, and it made me conscious within myself. So that wasn't healthy. B, it took away from my time of doing other things more productive to my life, like pursuing my purpose or healing from the situation. So it wasn't beneficial. Dos, I was lying to myself. I started off after the initial breakup being like, okay, I'm cleansing, I'm gonna do right, I know that I need to distance myself, so I'm going to just hide him, just hide his social media, just put him away. And I don't need to block him, I don't need to unfriend, that's not necessary, we're still friends, so. That's for another story. In me doing that, I was lying to myself. I did need to create some distance, but it needed to be more drastic than what I was initially willing to do, because even though I hid him, I could still find him, and did, and ended up finding out some information that I didn't really want to know. In all of that, I realized the importance of being authentic with myself in where I am in my process. Sometimes, probably most of the time, after a breakup, you may need to take a break from that person. And in taking that break, you may need to put some boundaries in place, not necessarily against them, but for you, to help you in getting through the process that you are trying to complete. And that may take some time, and it is okay. Take your time to go through your process for your complete healing. Number 3, it only hurt me. It only hurt. When you go looking for dirt, you will find it. And once you find it, you're left to clean up the mess. As I just said, I found some information that I really didn't need or want to know. And didn't need to know being key because it's no longer my business. But I went looking, so I found it. And it hurt. And it did not help my process of healing. In fact, it probably hindered it some and prolonged it. So the lesson in that is to focus on you and your journey forward. Stalking your ex only caused you to look back, to reminisce, to think what if, and none of that is beneficial to you moving forward. I'm reminded of a sermon that I've watched quite a bit, like on repeat, about getting over heartbreak by the pastors at Vue Church in Miami, Florida. And they talk about God being the doctor healing the wound being your heartbreak, and how first you have to acknowledge it and take it to the doctor for the doctor to then be able to address it and set it, and then it taking some time for the healing to manifest. You may not see it immediately. You may not see the fruits of it immediately or even in a short period of time. But that over time, as you take the proper steps, the healing does manifest. So in that, I found encouragement, and I encourage you, again, take your time. Let the healing do its work. It's a process, and process takes time. There's no set time period that you have to complete it in, because your feelings are and were real. They are valid, and they need their own process. So take your time. I said in a recent post, I don't want residual weeds popping up in my future relationships. And another way that was said in the sermon is that if you don't address the issue, you'll end up bleeding on people who didn't even cut you, or something to that effect. But the moral of it is that you have to take the time to address those things and let the healing take place, so that moving forward you can be healthy for yourself and for others. In stalking, as I shared, I came across some information that I didn't necessarily need to know. And maybe you haven't been stalking, maybe you have mutual friends, or some other way you find out information, such as that person moving on. It may trigger certain thoughts or emotions. It might bring about new questions. May have you counting timelines. I don't know. There are a number of things that it can dredge up within you. And it may also cause comparison, especially if you, have access to then look up that person. I don't know. You may find yourself comparing yourself. And that is so not beneficial. The biggest lesson that I would say that I've learned through this is that comparison kills. What does it kill? Your self-confidence and your self-worth. Because honestly, it gives or leaves that power with them. That power to affirm you, to show that you are valued or that you are worthy. Because usually when you compare, especially in these types of situations, you don't necessarily fare out over the other party, because they're not with you, they're with them. So comparing yourself does not benefit you, and it's also not fair to you, because even if in that situation they chose that other person over you, that does not determine your worth. That does not determine your value. That doesn't even demean the value of what you poured into or deposited in that relationship. That is still valid. That is still worthy. Your feelings about it are still valid. However, they're for you to deal with and you to rationalize within yourself. But don't give them that power through comparison. Rather, focus on yourself. Focus on your healing. Focus on loving and affirming, asserting and valuing yourself, rather than giving that power to anyone else in that relationship or anyone moving forward. Make sure you find that within yourself and don't depend on or give that power to anyone else. So to recap, the lessons that I have learned are: don't do it. Be honest with yourself in your process. Allow yourself the time to heal. hope that has been beneficial to someone listening today. And if you are watching this, comment below if you have any additional tips that may help your fellow stalkers. I'm just kidding. No. That may help someone that is striving not to stalk their ex or anyone else. Because in general, comparison kills. I'm gonna keep driving this because this is serious. You determine what you will think of yourself, how you will characterize yourself, what you will walk in. If you allow someone else's opinion to impact that, that is your choice. However, you have the choice as well to not let that be so. Or if you have been letting it happen, to choose to stop. I hope that you do. Because if no one's told you today, I love you. Most importantly, Jesus loves you. Much love and many blessings. Oh, wait.
When you don't pay for them. Okay.
Woo! No, I'm grateful.